what you heard about me. But a bitch can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then
Greetings and welcome to the Medieval News Channel. Tonight we have some very interesting developments that finally don't have to do with the Black Plague.
It sure is nice to hear something other than the mass waves of death occurring in Europe.
Yes it is, Miles. Now first in our news lineup is the betrayal of the Thane of Cawdor.
Witnesses say that he walked through his own ranks to the front of the battle and joined the Norwegian commanding officer in their strategy tent for beer and prostitutes.
The army of Dunsinane was shocked by this betrayal and began to lose morale. But Macbeth stepped in and rallied the troops to victory and destroyed the Norwegian army.
Yeah, they were handed to them.
Well said, Miles. Next in the news is a celebration of royal proportions. After the victory of King Duncan's army, the lords and ladies of King Dee's company were summoned to Macbeth's castle to celebrate many things.
They celebrated the victory over the Norwegians, Macbeth's fighting spirit, and the naming of Macbeth as the new Thane of Cawdor. Then they proceeded to drink too much, stuff their faces, and pass out too drunk to remember how to work the fly on their pants.
Sounds like they were Dutch wasted.
For sure, Kevin.
Moving from the party scene to the crime scene, someone has murdered good King Duncan in his sleep. We have come to learn that he had passed out from a long hard night of celebrating when he had passed out drunk in his guest room at Macbeth's palace, where he was later discovered stabbed to death.
Yes, Kevin. Police say that his chamber servants were found with 2 bloody daggers and bloodstains on their shirts. So it was obviously them. Logic dictates it, so they were executed by the host of the party, Macbeth himself. Good one, Macbeth.
Now we will go over to the Witch Queen Hecate for some of Hecate's horoscopes.
Thank you, Kevin. In our horoscopes this week, I can see that Aquarius will deceive to get what they want or kill themselves trying. Cancer will deal with great betrayal from an old friend. Leo, a great and powerful force, will be betrayed by one of his own kind. Virgo will be forced to leave his home and everything he once loved behind in a need for safety. Finally, Taurus will find great power, use it unwisely, and then he will be ruthlessly slaughtered by everyone he once loved.
Thank you for that, Hecate. This next article was sent in by an anonymous viewer who wanted to avenge this sad man's death. He was found by the edge of the road near Macbeth's palace. The man had been stabbed 30 times before he died, then about 5 more times for good measure.
If anyone has any news to report about what you saw in this story, then send your pigeon to the Dunsinane dungeons.
Our most odd story in the lineup tonight is the odd coronation of Macbeth.
After Duncan was murdered, they declared Macbeth as his successor because his son suddenly disappeared following the murder.
That isn't the odd part though, Miles. At the celebratory dinner for Macbeth's newfound power, people said that Macbeth began to hallucinate wildly and claimed he saw his best friend's ghost sitting on his throne.
This interview from earlier in the week.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I was just standing there with a drink in my hand and I looked over and I saw this apparition and I was like, bloody hell, it can't be happening. This can't be real. And I looked over in my seat and I realized it was a ghost in my chair. And it was really, really weird. I almost lost it. Just nothing like that I've ever seen before in my life. Now on to the Weird Sister weather report. Inga? Something even scarier and weirder than Inga now. The trees are moving?
Yes, they are, Kevin. It was spotted by a peasant yesterday who was looking for some mushrooms to harvest. He was taking a break from his servant boy shift at Dunsinane Castle when he looked across the field and saw the trees becoming bigger and moving closer.
He said that one of the trees even appeared to be flipping him the bird.
Funny stuff, but this is it. King Macbeth has been overthrown after his 72-hour reign as King of Dunsinane.
Macbeth was turned on by the army of England, and even by his own army. They marched to his castle as one, and he met them face to face. He did not go without a fight, though, and took young Siward with him right before he was killed by Macduff.
Good riddance.
Finally, our last article for the week is the death that occurred all this week.
Thane of Cawdor died of syphilis. King Duncan murdered in his sleep. 2 servants killed by Macbeth to avenge King D.
Banquo ruthlessly left and killed in the ditch. Lady Macduff died protecting her son. Macduff Jr. cleaved in half.
Lady Macbeth, suicide. Young Siward died in battle, and Macbeth was decapitated.
This is all for our broadcast tonight, folks. Remember, look out for flying feces.
And keep your hands on the lance.